Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a super powerful way to practice your English every single day. And you know what the best part is? The topic is something you're already a total expert on, your own life.
So you know that question, right? What did you do today? We've all been there. And when you're speaking a second language, man, it can feel like a pop quiz. Your brain starts scrambling for words, you're translating on the fly, it's just stressful. But what if I told you that answering that one simple question is actually the secret key to unlocking your fluency? Seriously, it's way easier than you think. And today, we're going to break down a super simple method to help you answer it with total confidence. So here's our game plan. First, we'll look at why this works so well. Then we'll walk through your day, morning, afternoon, and evening with some really simple examples. And at the end, it's going to be your turn to practice. All right, let's kick things off with the big question. Why is just talking about your day such a perfect way to practice? We like to call this daily routine practice. And really, all it means is you're using your own life as your personal textbook. Forget about trying to talk about complex stuff like politics or science. You're just talking about what you actually did. And the benefits here? They're huge. You're practicing real English that you'll actually use. And because it's about your life, you don't have to invent any new ideas. This is the part that's just magic. It helps you finally start thinking in English instead of always translating in your head. That's how you build real confidence, one simple sentence at a time.
Okay, enough talk. Let's actually put this into practice. We're going to start with your morning and build your story literally one sentence at a time. You know, most of our mornings follow a pretty similar pattern, right? You wake up, go to the bathroom, get dressed, grab some breakfast, and head out the door. We're just going to use this simple flow as our roadmap.
Let's start with waking up. A super simple sentence is just, I usually wake up at 7. Go ahead, try saying that out loud right now. This is a great little technique called shadowing, where you just repeat what you hear. It's awesome for your pronunciation. And hey, if you want a little extra challenge, you could add a detail, like, I try to wake up at 7, but sometimes I hit the snooze button.
Okay, let's add another little piece. How about, I wash my face with cold water. It helps me feel awake. See that? We're not talking about anything crazy. Just a small, simple action, but it's a complete, natural thought in English. Want to level it up a bit? You could try, the first thing I do is wash my face with cold water to wake myself up.
And let's do one more for the morning. I drink coffee most mornings. Super common, super relatable, right? By practicing these easy lines, you're basically training your brain to speak English without all that stress. And if you're feeling ambitious, you could say something like, I can't really start my day until I've had my morning coffee.
All right, let's jump into the middle of the day. Now, I know the afternoon can get pretty busy with work or studying, but it's still packed with little moments we can describe in English. So here's a pretty common afternoon plan. You might get back to work, check some emails, take a quick break, maybe even study a little English. Every single one of these things can be turned into a great practice sentence. Okay, here's a perfect one for anybody with a job. I check my emails and answer the important ones first. See, it's specific, it's practical. Want to make it sound even more natural? Try something like, after lunch, I get back to my desk and sort through my emails.
And hey, even your breaks are a chance to practice. I usually take a short break around 3 o'clock. This just proves you don't need some big, exciting event to talk about. The little moments are perfect. For an extra challenge, maybe you could say, around mid-afternoon, I take a quick break to stretch my legs and clear my head.
And here's one I'm pretty sure we can all relate to. When I have free time, I study English, right? This could be listening to a podcast, watching this right now, or doing a lesson. For a more detailed version, you could try, if I find a spare 15 minutes in the afternoon, I use it to review my English vocabulary.
Okay, now let's ease into the evening. This is usually when we get to relax, wind down, and just reflect on the day.
And evenings have their own rhythm too, don't they? You come home, you cook and eat dinner, relax a bit, get ready for bed. So let's turn these simple actions into sentences.
Here's an easy one to mark the start of your evening. I come home at 6 o'clock in the evening. Go on, give that one a try. And if you want to add a little more detail, you could say, I usually finish work and get home around 6 p.m.
This one's a nice warm one that a lot of us can probably relate to. I eat dinner at the table with my family. You see how adding those little details, at the table, with my family, makes it so much more interesting? To really flesh it out, you could even say, my favorite part of the day is when my family and I eat dinner together. And finally, let's talk about how you end your day.
Before bed, I read a book or listen to calming music. What a perfect, peaceful sentence to practice your English with before you drift off to sleep. And for a challenge version, you could say something like, to unwind before bed, I like to either read a few chapters of a book or put on some calming music.
Okay, we've talked about the why and the how. We've gone through a whole day, from morning till night. But now comes the most important part. It's your turn. Let's get you speaking, right here, right now.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to build a sentence together. I'm going to start it, and I want you to finish it, out loud, wherever you are right now. And hey, don't worry about it being perfect. Just say the very first thing that pops into your head.
You ready? Okay, here's the first one. In the afternoon, I usually... Nice. Okay, let's try one more. After lunch, I like to... Awesome. See? Just like that, you spoke English. You just described your day.
So the big takeaway here is really simple. You don't need a teacher, you don't need a class to practice. You can literally start right now. So I want to leave you with one final question. What's one single sentence you can use to describe your day today? Just think about it for a second and say it out loud. That one sentence, that's a real step towards fluency. Just keep doing that, and trust me, you are going to be amazed at your own progress.